Well, what do we say about the boys episode? First of all, it's called Herogasm, so that should have been a fair warning of what to expect.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. All right. Once again, this is why I don't like the hype. I didn't even like the caption that they gave us at the beginning of it. You know why? Because as a result of it, they set the expectation for Herogasm so high that it completely was incapable of doing it. Every bit, I thought it was tame. I was like, I've seen more I feel like in other episodes, like this seemed tame. And even in fact, when it came to like the hero-ness of it, like of the actual orgy, like I was kind of expecting more, like there was going to be build up more orgy, less like we use sex workers and more like we see the extent of heroes like using their full powers extenuously, and how it's both something that's just for soups but is incredibly dangerous for people who would not be there because there's no holdback, you know. But
I mean, I didn't at the end of it. I was thinking about everything else almost, but Herogasm. Like I was thinking about all the stuff that happened plot wise, story wise, and the Herogasm stuff was that was good to see Love Sausage back. It was nice to see, but I was thinking. I mean, to me, it was the overwhelming thing in that episode was the fight at the end between Homelander, Soldier Boy, Huey, and of course Butcher. That's what so Herogasm didn't live up to the hype, but it didn't matter because
the episode was legit. But that's the thing, like it was
that fight scene.
Yeah. Say what? Go ahead, JP. Put your opinion.
That fight scene. Whew, that was it for me. That was my Herogasm.
I have to admit, it surprised me. I thought Homelander would have them comfortably, and Soldier Boy took it to him, and then Butchie took it to him, and then Huey kind of chipping in with his little jumping around business, and I thought Homelander would have all of them quite easily.
He'd have time.
But he was losing. Now you could easily say, and it's probably true, that he just did not expect anything. In fact, he'd never been challenged in his life. He'd never met anyone who could come close to him. So he would have been in a state of shock. That's true as ever. But it was incredible. You know, first Soldier Boy kind of clocked him a couple of times. He thought, wow, we're just he's Dr. Manhattan, he's Superman.
Right.
And then just what an amazing scene.
Yo, I mean, I think in this episode, honestly, I thought we got some of the best fight scenes between Kimiko and to save Frenchie. You had obviously the
that
last
one too.
Fight as well. And just to tie in, even though it wasn't a fight, the tension between Starlight and what's her name, Head Popper. Even that
that was a great scene. That was so tense.
I was like, okay.
When her nose started trickling with blood, that was a warning, man. That was like
which made it even scarier because I honestly thought Head Popper literally only had the power to just like if she uses her powers, you're gonna get blasted. And there's no holdback. But to be able to get like, yo, I can control this. I like it's like she controls the blood or she controls the like that's a different level of scary.
And the fact that of course the question is who can she pop and who can't she pop? Starlight is strong. And yet she could get a little bit of blood tickling. Now you might argue, I don't know, I haven't heard anyone argue, you could say she did try to pop her head. And that's the best she could do was a little bit of blood. I don't know, maybe or not. But I
feel like if it was intentional, it was. If anything, you would have seen chunks as opposed to just that because Starlight still hasn't. Like we haven't really seen Starlight take a real hit, not since like the A-Train situation, you know, which even that one I forgot about the A-Train situation as well. This episode too. They hit us with so much, which that one was ridiculously satisfying. I'm not gonna front. But like
Yeah.
We haven't seen what I'm saying is we haven't seen the extent of what Starlight's durability is, but we do know what her power is. But like it's just like what is, because people don't strike her. So I don't know if it's could be that, or again, just like you said, a warning.
It's difficult to know, isn't it?
I think it's a warning.
Yeah,
because her, like, she had this look, like Head Popper had this look that kind of like says, I can do this to you now. Imagine what I can do, full power, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that was that great scene. That was just a great scene. Then we got Kamiko showing that she's violent whether she's on Compound V or not.
Right. Which I felt like that was expected. I felt like it was the only thing that her powers did was just keep her healing. So like it was just inconsequential.
Yeah.
But
it kind of, I thought it would be the juices, but the Compound V stuff that would have got her pumped up. But no, she'll take it just to complement her rage, you know, say, well, if I'm going to be angry, I might as well be good at it and be strong. So that's kind of moderating my little thing from last week. So you mentioned A-Train. I'm glad you did. Is he dead? He's had a heart attack on the side of the road after dragging that Black Hawk. No, was it Blue Hawk or
Blue Hawk?
Blue Hawk.
And
that was really cool.
I was very glad to see that.
I've hated A-Train this entire series, but in that moment, I was like, "Oh my gosh! Finally, thank you for finally running." And you're doing it with please just run. I need you to run again and drag that dude. Though it's impressive that dude's body lasted as long as it did. Say what?
Yeah.
He finally ran, and for good reason too. For a reason that we all liked.
Yeah. That guy had it coming. Yeah, you said he was lucky to be survived as long as he did. He had it coming.
I'm surprised the body was intact. Like, that's what happens whenever you like drag a body with a truck. This man A-Train's going like sound of speed of sound.
In fact, that was pretty grotesque too. That's probably even more grotesque than anything that happened to Herogasm. But it looks like, I mean, Starlight's now, she's done her little podcast thing to the world on
her live.
And she's talked now. She's outed, for lack of a better word, that Soldier Boy is back, blowing people up.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. That's a big in the universe of boys. That's
I think sure Homeland is not going to be happy.
But the other part of it is now also that there's a possibility that Soldier Boy might be that Homelander might be a genetic either offspring or low-key clone of Soldier Boy.
Yes.
Which makes
that's interesting.
And we still haven't figured out the black noir of the situation. So like it's there's so many elements that we're getting. Like the Starlight situation, I think now the question is, before it was, is Huey going to be okay? But now Homelander has this element where like also Huey got like super strength with his teleportation.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it was realized until he punched A-Train, and then he actually punched Homelander and didn't break his hand.
But I mean,
like we've kind of established that the thing, like the powers are kind of like indicative of your personality.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think, like, for example, Kamiko's power of healing could probably we can probably attribute it to her being protective of her brother.
Right.
So now Huey's kind of like getting all egotistical and like full of himself with his newfound power.
Right.
He's probably getting some of that Homelander power within him as well.
That's slowly starting to kill him as well too, because the bleeding is happening. We saw it with Butcher.
Yeah, they're in trouble, man. They're in Butcher. I mean, how do you you're Butcher, you spent your whole life dodging, weaving, trying to attack Soups, but not being able to get to them because they're so much stronger than you. Finally, you're there. And how much satisfying was that fight would have been to him? He's ready to go around again. And how's he going to give that up? He can't.
Right. Like, the sad part is we saw what the contrast is. Whenever Mother's Milk was about to step up and try and fight Soldier Boy, and then obviously when he tried to fight Butcher. And then now what you see with Butcher, and you're like, how do you go back? You can't go back. The cost is too great to not do it. And then
they won't be able to stop. I don't think so.
Well, that's also we have to make the assumption, where's the compound V24 going to end up coming from? Because at some point, somebody's got to find that source. Like, it answers so many questions and asks so many questions.
Maeve was his provider, and she's gone. She's off the scene.
Yeah. You know what? I think, what's his name? Vought guy is the one supplying Maeve. Used to supply Maeve.
Edgar.
I think
talking about Edgar.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get rid of Homelander for a while. To be honest. I think Edgar's that's one of his like side projects. Because how will Maeve have access to Compound V anyway?
Well, they want to put it on the market, don't they? They want to sell it to soldiers and sell the military, and once imagine that stuff getting out, everyone's in trouble then. Like the place is going to turn.
That's why I think like Edgar's the one supplying the Compound V because
maybe that's a possibility. I mean, this show's thrown up so much stuff this season. Like, it's just thrown so many spanner and so many works. You know, Homelander's no longer Kingpin. You know, you got Soldier Boy undermining him, Compound V, Butcher and Huey have become this. Poor old. Oh man.
But you know, even with the Soldier Boy thing, there's one thing that we still didn't get, like how his little stomach thing works, because they had Homelander dead to rights, but he couldn't take the shots. It's like, does it need a recharge? What did the Russians do? Like, how does this thing work? Does it go like once and then destroys everything, and then you have to recharge?
Yeah,
or is it just triggered by
was he planning to take? Was his goal in that moment to consciously or subconsciously unsuper Homelander like he did with Kimiko? He hasn't done that again yet. He hasn't yet blown someone away and taken away their superpowers. So
let's remind our friends to please click on the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when we have new videos out.
Subscribe.
Die. Oh, die.